The year is 2024, and like a twisting knife into the side of the slow march towards the sterilization of cars, Porsche and Lamborghini have given us these. The Porsche 911 Dakar and the Lamborghini Huracan Sterrato. Two off-road ready super sports cars just begging you to do the unimaginable. See a dirt road and think, yeah, I can drive up that. This isn't a comparison, more a contrasting celebration, so let's dig into it, beginning with the Lamborghini. A V10 powered off-road vehicle. When was the last time you heard of one of those? Yes, Lamborghini have taken a what do we need to do to get the Huracan off-road approach to the Sterrato, and thankfully that didn't include losing the V10. On the road, the Sterrato is pleasant, passive, serene and sedate until you click it down a gear or two, at which time, even at modest speeds, the acid-barbed burble of that gorgeous engine snaps you out of your rest and, like a devil on your shoulder, tells you to floor it. The resulting speed is incredible. The Sterrato is still first and foremost a Huracan, and roaring through the canyons is a job it still does admirably. It's the same story on the racetrack, where the Sterrato can really stretch its legs. We noted that the off-road tyres went off the boil after a certain amount of hot laps, but that's to be expected. The Sterrato is every bit the curb-climbing, apex-attacking monster we've come to expect from the wrecking crew at Sant'Agata. But of course, this vehicle's raison d'etre is to get stuck in on the dirt. You get the impression that the Sterrato is best suited to dirt and gravel roads, where the lack of large rocks, tree stumps and such will encourage you to plant your foot and push on. Getting it sideways isn't hard with 602 horsepower, and the vehicle's dynamic tuning has been set up to anticipate a whole lot of sideswiping fun. The Sterrato is bonkers, and we absolutely love it. Next up, the Porsche 911 Dakar. Unlike Lamborghini, Porsche has some history at taking their sports cars off-road. 911s have made excellent rally cars going back to the earliest generations, and not least in the late 60s and 70s, when a Porsche 911 took the win at the famed Monte Carlo Rally 4 times in 11 years, and even won the European Rally Championship outright in 1970. The Dakar, of course, takes its name from the storied cross-continent Paris-Dakar Rally, which Porsche won for the first time with a 911 in 1984. So, we've established that a rear-engine rally car from Germany is a good idea, right? But this Dakar hasn't been built to compete in rally racing. This is a production customer car. So, how does it drive? In a word, spectacularly. On the road, the Dakar is basically the perfect go-anywhere sports car. The extra ride height soaks up all the speed bumps and dips, but crucially it still feels like a 911. A point that remained consistent even when we took the Dakar on the track. In spite of those big, blocky all-terrain tyres, the Dakar attacked the circuit with the same poise and precision we've all come to expect from the 992 generation 911. A fact which surprised when really it shouldn't have. This is a Porsche after all, and Porsche don't leave anything to chance. Speaking of which, when it came to engineering the car for going off-road, it feels like Porsche over-engineered the car, pushing themselves to develop a vehicle that could exceed expectations. And boy, does it. The Dakar loves being sideways. We have never driven a 911 so happy to be facing the wrong way at speed. The work done by the engineers to dial in the controls and driver modes is nothing short of exemplary. The Dakar is everything you want it to be, and so much more beyond. Is this the most fun you can have in a 911? We think our editor Christian said it best. It drives like an old 911 with skinny tyres and tons of power, but one which you can also rip off into the desert. It's incredible. Both of these vehicles are fantastically well engineered, and we should feel genuinely lucky to have them in the world.